Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. I'm your host, Michael Beckford. And in today's topic, you guys see the title. I'm going to talk about fake reviews. Yep, fake reviews. We'll get to it in a minute. This is 5 Minutes with Mike. Our news, our voice, our issues. Believe that. I'm going to talk about fake reviews. Yep, fake reviews. We'll get to it in a minute. All right, guys. I am of the mindset that a good bit of reviews on the internet are fake. Yeah, fake AF, okay? Fake AF. And here's why I say this. It's not just about the reviews that people, have no offline connection with. I'm talking about both whether you met someone at a business offline or just doing business with someone digitally online. There's a lot of fake reviews. So why did I say this? So guys, I got a story time. So a couple weeks ago, I went to this barber shop, and the owner, first of all, they cut me up pretty good. They did a good job. They did a great job. First time there. And when I got done, and about, mind you, just for full transparency, this was a barber school in Houston. So Houston got quite a bit of barber schools. So I'm cheap. For anybody knows me, I'm pretty cheap. So if I get a haircut or anything for cheaper and still a good quality, I'm going to take that option, especially nowadays with inflation, gas prices, and everything else. I am not some rich kid, not a kid, but some rich man living on top of the hills. But anyway, so story time. I go to this barber school. You know what I'm saying? I was really this is me, and then there was another dude sitting down getting his hair done, and I was waiting for about maybe 5-6 minutes till one of the other barbers came out and was able to do my hair. Mind you, I just got a line up or edge, depending on where you're from, or taper. Okay, all different terms for basically I didn't get a full haircut, just basically got my hair edged up and my mustache done. Okay, dude did a great job. No complaints. Didn't take my line back, all that stuff, which is key. And so because it was a barber school, they're not going to charge you full price, of course. Like I said, average edge up in Houston, Texas area is about $20-$25. Average haircut in Houston is about $35-$45. Okay, so you do the math. So it cost me $10 to get the edge up and my mustache done, and that was cool. I was going to leave a $2 tip for the individual that did my hair. So I would have been only out $12. So anyway, what kind of pissed me off, got my hair done, was done. The owner had the nerve to tell me that it was going to be a $2 transaction fee for a $10 purchase. Okay. Now, have any guys ever went to a gas station, especially a hood gas station, where they're like, if you don't purchase a minimum $5, you're going to get charged 50 cents? It just kind of irks you. Or in some cases, if you don't pay a minimum $5, you can't even pay with your card, right? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? But nothing irks me more than stuff like that, especially being that I'm a business owner. I've sold books before. I understand things when it comes down to transaction fees. I know that for what he charged me was not even close to the equivalent of what he's getting charged in transaction fees, which makes me believe that bro was just trying to come up a little bit more off of their charges. It's very expensive. They're very expensive. So that's basically what he told me. He was like, yeah, so the people that do the credit cards, they're good to me, but they're pretty expensive. So I'm like, so you got to charge $2 more, which is, if you do the math, guys, that's 20% of my total ticket price. 20%. So, how many guys would pay 20% more than your total ticket price? I mean, that's more than the average 10 to 15% tip that most people leave at the table for dinner. When I feel lonely, when I'm down and out, I know that the Lord will see me out. When I'm alone and always afraid, He's always there to guide me on my way. When they're cruel to me all the time, now more than ever, it's time for us all to speak up, especially times like this. Speak up for your family. Speak up for your community. Speak up for those who have no voice. Speak up for the world. Speak Up Poetry, an anthology of poems by Michael D. Beckford. Speak Up Poetry by Michael D. Beckford. Available on Gumroad.com. Get both the ebook and the 16-track poetry album on Gumroad.com. Speak Up Poetry by Michael D. Beckford. If you just putting these things in perspective. So right then and there was some pushback. The dude was like, well, you don't have to be charged the $2. I'll give you your money back. You can go get cash. Go somewhere, go get cash back. And you're not get charged, obviously. So basically, essentially, the barber is charging a convenience fee at this point now. The $2. So it went from just a transaction fee to kind of a convenience fee. And as you think about it, it's 2026. Like, after COVID, most businesses started moving it towards cashless businesses, okay? So most people aren't just carrying around cash, okay? Barbershop or not. It's like, dude, most barbershops I pay Cash App, card, things of that nature, okay? But, so I told dude, I was like, wait a minute. Listen, I'm not going to go out wherever to go try to get cash back. Leave your barbershop maybe 5 minutes down the road somewhere, 7 minutes down the road to go get cash back. To then come back here to then give you cash. I mean, what's the point of that? He's like, but man, I'm just telling you, that's the way to get around it. I was like, no, sir, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then, by the way, we all know that for most credit card companies, it was a Friday as well. It normally takes between 3 to 5 business days to get your money back as well. Okay, so I would have been out $22 waiting for the other $12 to get back into my account within 3 to 5 days. Wasn't gonna do that. So bro said leave a review, and I told him straight up, I was like, hey, yeah, I'll leave a review. He was kind of adamant, like, leave it right now, kind of adamant. And I looked at his review page. Most of his reviews were pretty good, that people left. But then that's what made me think, but I'm gonna get into the core of it. So I sat down, I told bro, I was like, hey, the haircut seemed pretty good, blah blah blah. I didn't like this part, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave my review. I gave him 5 stars because I thought the service, as far as the haircut, was great, wonderful, all that stuff, not a problem. Mustache done good, not a problem. But I put down what I disagree with. I disagreed with charging a 20% of the total ticket price. I disagree with it. It's insane to me. Even though it was only $2, it's still the principle behind the whole thing. And once again, I said that I wanted to tip my barber $2. I didn't tip $2 because now the $2 that I was going to tip him got taken from that $2 convenience / transaction fee, right? So I goes to leave my review, and I got up and told once I was done, leave my review on Google, I got up and told the barber, I was like, hey man, I'm done, I got my review, whatever, and I left you 5 stars, and I told him exactly what I said. Oh, was he not happy with me? He was not happy with me. I'm not just a black guy, and older black dude. He was like, hey man, I thought you were, that's gonna mess up my business, dude. That's gonna mess up my business, dude. I told you I'll get your money back. I was like, bro, I told you earlier, I'm not gonna do that. That's a massive inconvenience for me to leave and then come back and give you cash. You know what I'm saying? For your inconvenience fee. And he was just rattled. And I was just like, bro, like, you, at the end of the day, I left you 5 stars. He's like, but that's going to mess up my business, what you wrote. I was like, dude, listen. At the end of the day, I left you a review. And be happy the fact that I left you 5 stars. Be happy, and be happy the fact that I left you a review. You know what I'm saying? And so it got me to thinking, how many people that reviewed his shop that I'm seeing these great and wonderful reviews left these quote unquote great reviews, not necessarily because the service may have been great, but like I said, I had a great service experience. Don't mean that's for everybody, but because dude pressured them into leaving a great review. And then I started thinking about times where companies may have, I bought our products on Amazon and they're like, hey, I give you a gift card if you leave me a 5-star review, even though their product was trash. I had to return their items. But how many people get suckered into leaving wonderful reviews for individuals that may not actually deserve it? Like I said, I probably should have gave him a 4-star review, and because of just the attitude that he gave me and the sense of the $2 additional 20% that I was charged. But I still decided to give him 5 stars because, like I said, the haircut was great. The mustache was done great. So I had for the barbershop itself was not a problem. You know what I'm saying? But how many people get duped into leaving fake reviews, essentially? Reviews that aren't really reviews. Reviews that are more so, let's say, PR statements for the company. That's pushing them or pressuring them to leave them a 5-star if they do this, or a 5-star if they leave that. Listen, he had to write one that day because I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna write what I feel. I'm gonna say what I feel about your business, and that is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? And respectfully, I wouldn't mind going back to his business because, like I said, they did a great job. But because dude has such an attitude, now I get it. He's a small business owner. So what? Being a small business owner means that you got to be better than the others. Because why am I going to patronize your business if what you're doing, one step of your business, is not in alignment? Now, let's get down to those fees right quick. Listen, most credit card companies charge anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5% fee, depending on if you swipe with a pen or swipe without a pen, plus like 30 cents. So at most, he probably would have been charged 75 cents for that transaction. But let me pull out my calculator. Let me pull out my calculator just to be certain. Because now when it was a non-swipe charge, so most likely he's gonna get the highest charge. So let's say $10 times 3.5%. So that should be 35 cents. Plus then another 30-cent transaction fee. So that's 65 cents, essentially. I wouldn't have a problem if he charged me $1. 10% of the overall, let's say 10% of the overall cost of the haircut. But once again, even at $10, 10 minus 65 cents, you still got a $9.35 profit, my dude. Okay? A $9.35 profit. But no, you want to charge me a whole 20% of the total bill. So now I can take that 12 minus 0.65. What's that? 12 minus 65 cents is $11.35. Okay? So you got a profit about roughly $11.35 give or take, okay, on that particular transaction. More than the cost of the actual haircut, and you came up because of the transaction, because of overly charging for the transaction fee. Okay? Once again, guys, as I conclude this, it's 2026. There's no way you should make me eat that cost of your transaction fee. If anything, just make your haircut $12. And then don't worry about somebody like myself coming in and say, hey, wait a minute, you're overcharging me, whatever. I just make the haircut $12 and you eat the transaction cost, because it ain't gonna cost that much into your pocket anyway. Okay? But like I said, guys, on the moment of fake reviews, there's so many fake reviews out there when it comes down to books, when it comes down to all sorts of things out there. Make sure you read carefully in regards to these reviews, or you'll end up being led into a trap. All right, guys, thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.